The counting numbers, their opposites, and 0 are integers. Numbers that are located on opposite sides of 0 and are the same distance from 0 on a number line are opposites. You can extend a number line to include negative numbers. What integer is the opposite of 6? To answer this question, first consider the following. Why do you think it is important to include negative integers in our number system? Negative integers are used to represent situations less than 0, like temperatures below 0. What is unique about 0? Zero is neither negative nor positive. It is its own opposite. Here is one way to think about the opposite of 6. A thermometer is like a vertical number line that uses integers to show temperatures measured in degrees. 0 represents 0 degrees Celsius. 6 degrees Celsius is 6 degrees Celsius warmer than 0 degrees Celsius. Negative 6 degrees Celsius is 6 degrees Celsius colder than 0 degrees Celsius. The integer negative 6 is the opposite of 6. If the opposite of 6 is negative 6, what is the opposite of negative 7?
Select your answer.
What is the distance from 0 to negative 7 on the thermometer? What is the distance from 0 to 7 on the thermometer? What can you conclude about the two distances from 0? The distance from 0 to negative 7 on the thermometer is 7 units. The distance from 0 to 7 on the thermometer is 7 units. The distances from 0 to a number and from 0 to its opposite are equal. Here is another way to think about the opposite of 6. The opposite of a number is the number itself. For example, the opposite of the number 6 is negative 6, and the opposite of negative 6 is 6. You can write this as negative negative 6 equals 6.
Label the integers on the number line.
So the opposite of 4 is negative 4. The opposite of negative 4 is 4. What would go here? 0.
Riley recorded the temperatures for 5 days in January. Which day was the coldest day of Riley's data? Which was the warmest day? Write the temperatures from least to greatest.
So we have here the temperature. We got to place them each in the correct call out. So let's look at the number line. Negative 5. Go between negative 6 and 4. Negative 2 here. Positive 4 here. Negative 3 here. And positive 1 here. Now they just have written it out for us from least to greatest. Negative 5 being the farthest to the left represents the coldest day. That was Monday. And positive 4 is the farthest to the right, and that represents the warmest day, which is Wednesday.
Which number is greater? Negative 4 or negative 2? Explain.
So negative 4, if we were to draw a number line, that would be the best way to explain this answer. We have 0, and then a couple of lines on either side. We would have -1, -2, -3, -4. Okay, and then we have 1, 2, 2, 3, and 4. And so then you would see that here is our -4, and then here is -2. And the greater number would be the one closest to the 0, and that would be -2. And that's how you would explain which of the two is the greatest.
Integers describe many real-world situations, including altitude, elevation, depth, temperature, and electrical charges. 0 represents a specific value in each situation. Which integer represents sea level? The airplane. The whale.
So if we click on the airplane, that's 10,000 feet above sea level. Sea level is 0. And the whale is -10,000 below sea level. So the integer that represents sea level is 0.
Which integer represents each situation?
Okay, so for each one of these situations, we have to write an integer for it. So we have here $10 debt. That means you owe someone money. So that means you're -10. And B is 6 degrees below 0. And as we saw in the example with the thermostat, you have negative for your cold and below 0. So that's -6. And then we have C, deposit of 25. When you deposit, you're adding to what you have. So that would be a positive 25.